Welcome guys, this is Casual from Casual GGs and we are back today with another video on a companion build for ESO. Today we have a DPS companion build, and normally the biggest problem with a DPS companion build is that if you guys take him to a tough content or a veteran dungeon, a few seconds later when you turn around, your companion is dead. They do damage, but their survivability was never good enough. Thanks to Telvanni efficiency though, because with the 50% reduction of cooldown time, now we have access to more skills which we couldn't use before. So talking about skill, this is the skill layout for Sharp. We will go through each of this as we go through the playthrough. But one thing for you guys to notice here, the heart of this build is the two skills at the bottom. So Vanish and Squall is working hand in hand to keep Sharp alive. And this is secret ingredient which is making him such a survivable DPS companion while doing decent damage. Now let's get back to the fight. Today's walkthrough is actually the Blessed Crucible final boss on veteran hard mode. This boss is good to test out your companion builds because the boss does very good damage and that fire AoE normally kills companions fast. So it's a good test to see how Sharp holds throughout whole fight. So let's look at Vanish in detail. This skill is in the medium armor skill line. You guys need to max out your medium armor to level 20 in your companion to have access to this. This skill has always been amazing because what it does is when your companion's life is below 50%, what happens is it heals your companion to full life and then goes on invisible for 6 seconds. The problem with the skill before Telvanni efficiency is this skill has a 36-second cooldown. That's a ridiculous cooldown time, and that's why even though it was great kill, it was not really used a lot. But now with Telvanni efficiency and also the 6-piece quicken we are using in this build, we got it down to 12.4 seconds. And guess what guys? It runs for 6 seconds. So what we are really looking at is a downtime of 6.4 seconds only, right? So this is amazing survivability to Sharp every 6.4 seconds. So there's actually a hidden proc from this skill. If you guys can see, look at this small clip at the side. What happens is when Sharp uses Vanish, he heals immediately to full life and then he disengages because he's invisible. So the boss loses interest in them. But look at that AoE fire damage guys. This AoE fire damage will kill a companion normally, but notice that while Sharp is in his shadow form, there's no damage hitting him. So how the skill is working is that it's healing him immediately and for 6 seconds no aggro is coming from him. So he's disengaged from all mobs and bosses, and on top of that he's actually not taking damage. So this is an amazing skill to be used on a DPS. The next skill is the partner in crime for Vanish because it works hand in hand. Because while Vanish is on his cooldown, we need another amazing heal to keep Sharp alive. So among all burst healing skill which the companions has, Squall is the most amazing. One, it's a selfish heal. It only heals Sharp. It doesn't heal anyone else, which is good for a DPS build because we want them to be survivable on their own. So with the gear setup we are looking at Squall being ready to be used every 5.5 seconds. And this skill is normally 2 skills in other companions because it does a huge burst heal for Sharp and then it has a heal over time which does 2000 plus heal every 2 seconds for 8 seconds. Amazing skill. It keeps Sharp alive and only he has such a good burst heal and a heal over time built into one single skill. So let's look at the DPS skills we have. The first one we have is Starfall. Now Starfall is an amazing skill. All you need is the first level of the major skill unlocked in your companion and you will have access to Starfall. So it's very easy to get. It does good damage, and with our build, every 2.8 seconds a comet is gonna drop on the target of your companion. Now this is amazing because it's a visual skill, right? There are other skills in the bow line in and so forth you can use. But why I like this skill is that when you're in a fight and your companion is probably at the side or at the back, they're not going to be visible to you. A tank companion would be very visible because they'll be right in front of you. A DPS would be all over the place. With this skill, you get a visual cue who they are attacking, because there'll be a blue comet falling down on their target, so it's very easy to know whether they are attacking a mob or your boss. And if they are attacking a mob, you can do a heavy attack on the boss and they'll switch over. So the next two skills we have is swoop and infest, and both skills are great because they do damage very frequently. Every 4.1 second you're gonna get them casted, but both of them also come with a debuff. Swoop causes the target to go off balance, and infest will proc minor vulnerability on the target, which means our toon does 5% more damage to the target who's infested. So that's great because not only Sharp in this build is gonna do damage and survive, he's also gonna debuff the target, which will make our toon do more damage. And then we have the ultimate, which is Gore. This is an amazing ultimate because in Overland, when this hits, you guys are gonna see constantly a number of 20,000 plus. In a veteran dungeon, it will probably hit around 18 to 19,000, good damage, and it comes with an execute built in. So if the boss is less than 25% of their health, I've seen in Overland this ultimate hit for like 50 plus K, and in a veteran dungeon they'll hit probably around 47 or 48K. Good damage from an ultimate and perfect for a DPS companion. So this is the layout of the skill bar for Sharp. This is what I've been using for the playthrough. You guys are seeing in the background, working good. So you guys can use this as a starting build, experiment with it. If you find a better way of organizing it, go for it. So let's move on to gears for this build. In terms of gear, what we're looking at is 6 pieces of quicken and 6 pieces of vigorous. We want to give more life to the DPS companion to survive, and we also want to have that great cooldown reduction from quicken to help make sure the Vanish skill is available very often for the toon to survive. And since we are actually using Vanish from the medium armor skill line, so we'll actually need 5 pieces at minimum on medium weight. So this table shows how the gears are gonna be laid out. So 6 pieces quicken, 6 pieces vigorous. I'll have a written guide linked in the description as well, so you guys can look at all the details offline. So both the trait of quicken and vigorous are normally the most expensive companion gear you can find on the guild traders. So what I'll recommend is start with blue ones first and slowly upgrade them to purple ones one by one. Keep an eye on Tamriel Trade Center. I'm sure you guys can find a bargain here and there. So this table shows what happens to the damage mitigation by having 5 pieces of medium and 2 pieces of heavy. We are looking at 23% damage mitigation always available for Sharp. So that's good. Paired with Vanish and Snow Squall, it gives him amazing survivability in a fight. So that's the latest Sharp build into a DPS companion. He has amazing survivability as a DPS by himself. A good way to lose aggro and disengage, heal up and come back to the fight. Try this build. I'm sure you guys gonna have tons of fun with it. So like the video and please subscribe to the channel if you guys haven't subscribed yet. I'll catch you guys on the next video. I'm Casual and GG's guys.